It is better to live one day as a lion than 100 years as a sheep. There's so much to be grateful for. Words are poor things. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. We have to speak the truth always, at any cost, and no matter what. The good fighter is able to secure himself against defeat, but cannot make certain of defeating the enemy. If we don't change the direction we are headed, we will end up where we are going. Keep going. It's not as difficult as you feel it is. Don't give up. Leadership is all about making things to move forward, not backward. Don't fast forward through life. You'll miss all the good stuff along the way. Take care with the end as you do with the beginning. Be not afraid of going slowly. Be afraid only of standing still. In the haunted house of life, art is the only stair that doesn't creak. When you take control of your attitude, you take control of your life. Tongues in trees, books in running brooks, sermons in stones, and good in everything. There is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs. Truth is a straight line you sometimes need to curve. You should know that by now. Better a diamond with a flaw than a pebble without. People wealth consists upon their freedom, individual resources, and good social life. I never trust frank and simple people whose stories hold together. Make the most of yourself, for that is all there is of you. There is no such thing as a great talent without great willpower. When you treat your failures as lessons, you can never fail. When you lose your smile, you lose your way in the chaos of life. She will always wear her crown, regardless of the hate. I do not like to repeat successes. I like to go on to other things. Do it now. Sometimes later becomes never. Sometimes when hardships knock, it's just life. Do not take it personal. Having the life of your dreams is simple. Make conscious choices. Human beings must have action, and they will make it if they cannot find it. The world as we have created it is a process of our thinking. It cannot be changed without changing our thinking. I never think of the future. It comes soon enough. The inner fire is the most important thing mankind possesses. Life doesn't require ideals. It requires standards of action. People ought to fight to keep their law as to defend the city's walls. If I had to live my life over, I'd live over a saloon. It's often only in the lies we refuse to speak that any truth can be heard at all. Weak people revenge, strong people forgive, intelligent people ignore. Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. History, Stephen said, is a nightmare from which I am trying to awake. All men know the utility of useful things, but they do not know the utility of utility. Some use drugs to silence the pain. Others use them to feel the pain they silenced. It's such a shame to waste time. We always think we have so much of it. If you make a mistake and do not correct it, this is called a mistake. Make your lives a masterpiece. You only get one canvas. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. You often meet your fate on the road you take to avoid it. Some things you hear with your ears, others you hear with your heart. I admire those who do good and expect nothing in return. People throw stones at you, and you convert them into milestones. I only want to write, and there's no college for that, except life. Success, for most people, requires unlearning as much as learning. There is an intelligent way to eat a live frog. I just don't know what it is. As long as you can use your hands, the world is your oyster. At times, even a 90% compatibility rate ends in a breakup. Tomorrow hopes we have learned something from yesterday. Common sense is the collection of prejudices acquired by age 18. Nothing can be more hurtful to your heart than betraying yourself. Earth's crammed with heaven, but only he who sees takes off his shoes. A tiny change today brings a dramatically different tomorrow. Manifest plainness, embrace simplicity, reduce selfishness, have few desires. You must accept the truth from whatever source it comes. Pretend inferiority and encourage his arrogance. You have two choices, evolve or repeat. A smiling lie is a whirlwind, easy to enter, but hard to escape. You see me walking away, I see myself walking towards greatness. Home is where somebody notices when you are no longer there. The king is only fond of words and cannot translate them into deeds. Be grateful for what you already have while you pursue what you want. People rarely succeed unless they have fun in what they are doing. When you trip over love, it is easy to get up, but when you fall in love, it is impossible to stand again. Knowledge is a treasure, but practice is the key to it. Fear can only grow in darkness. Once you face fear with light, you win. We cannot do everything at once, but we can do something at once. The world changes. We do not. Therein lies the irony that kills us. I think there is only one quality worse than hardness of heart, then that is softness of head. This is your life, and it's ending 1 minute at a time. He who is prudent and lies in wait for an enemy who is not will be victorious. Weak leadership can wreck the soundest strategy. Life is a comedy to those who think, a tragedy to those who feel. Don't be afraid of failure. This is the way to succeed. Every second alive is the greatest gift we will ever know. It shattered something inside me that hadn't been broken before. Begin by seizing something which your opponent holds dear. Then he will be amenable to your will. Forget injuries. Never forget kindnesses. You can't blame gravity for falling in love. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. To be wealthy and honored in an unjust society is a disgrace. It is only possible to live happily ever after on a daily basis. It takes greater faith to dance in the dark than to rest in light. Art should comfort the disturbed and disturb the comfortable. Every team has its weakness, and every team has its strength. You will do foolish things, but do them with enthusiasm. It does not matter how slowly you go, so long as you do not stop. When pure sincerity forms within, it is outwardly realized in other people's hearts. Do not presume that richness or poorness will bring you happiness. What the ancients called a clever fighter is one who not only wins, but excels in winning with ease. Never stop acquiring the common sense. It is as good as the knowledge.